Very good evening. Morning. It's 28 minutes past 2 a.m. It's Thursday the 23rd of August. And what am I doing sitting here? The first thing I'd like to say is thank you to all those who sent their wishes and their regards and thoughts and prayers and everything else with regards to my surgery. It was a comfort, and it's very much appreciated. I just want to say thank you very much for what you've done, for just being there. I've not had anything life-threatening, not yet, but I've had a large portion of my insides removed now, and I'm still recovering, but things can't go on the way they were. So yeah, that's the end of that one. I don't really want to go into too much detail, but as far as I'm aware, I'm going to be around for quite a few years yet. So let's leave it on a happy note, eh? The second thing is, and I'm just looking round and making sure that my hands aren't getting in the way of everything. The bench looks rather strange at the moment because the heath kit's not on it. And the reason for that is I've moved it off to not so much say goodbye to this little beast, but to just, hopefully say this should be an improvement in videos for you. What I've done is I've retired this from the bench and I've replaced it with an HD camcorder, another one. So this will actually be the first full 1080p on all camera video that I've done since going multi-cameras. Obviously my very first videos were done with just the DSLR, and that was set to 1080p as standard. But now we've gone to 4 cameras with 1080p on all of them. In fact, the Nikon is running 60 frames a second, and so the one on the left and the one on the dead centre of the bench are both running 50 frames a second as well. The Canon isn't. That's the one here behind me that I'm waving into. That's on my right shoulder. Well, it's not on my right shoulder, but you guess what I'm saying. That one's running 25 frames a second, but it's quite happy and it's doing what it does. So what are we actually retiring? Well, this is a Panasonic SDR-S7, which, if anybody wants to go and look up the specs, it's a standard definition DVD quality recording camera, and it uses little micro SD cards. Well, it uses full-size SD cards, but I've got this one in an adapter, and it takes a 32 gig card, no problem, which, when it's running on the main supply, which goes in the back, means it can record for about 15 or 16 hours, which is pretty good going. Little swivelly screen. I can still turn this on. It still, works, and it will still. There we go. Oh, saying check card. Because the card is not particularly brilliant. Conditions too dark or open lens cover. Okay, I'll open the lens cover. Yep, there we go. Let's go wide angle. It's already on as wide angle. It's not recording to the card because it doesn't like the card anymore, which was one of the problems with it. It was starting to lose bits of footage, and I really couldn't be having that. I think the fault is more likely to be the card than the camera. But, this thing, when I bought it, I think it was £1 or maybe £2 even, in a charity shop. And even as an SD camera, just using it around the bench like I am at the moment, you can see it moving around. It has actually got a pretty detailed picture. Now, if I bring that up, I wonder if if I can just focus that in on the screen, maybe. Let's get it in the focus spot. Yeah, well, there you go. That's what it looks like to another camera. The record audio on this, I'm going to put you back to focus on the bench. The record audio on this is fantastic. Having recovered some videos where either I'd forgotten to push a button or something had gone wrong somewhere, and the main microphone hadn't recorded anything. The audio off this is fantastic. So it's not getting thrown away. Let's put it that way. It's still going to be a useful piece of kit. I might be using that, say, if I have to focus on the screen of an oscilloscope or something along those lines. Probably a little bit better than, I don't know. I could switch one of the others over. Depends whether I want to have me talking at the same time. Either way, this one in front of me now is a Sony CX250, and hopefully it's giving you a better picture of this ugly face and the hair and the lack of hair on top. Because I'm as a byproduct of this surgery, I'm going through hot and cold flushes. I know it sounds like I'm having the many pores, but no, 1 minute I'll be fine, the next minute I will be drenched in sweat, and it just I can't control it yet, and I suppose it's all part of the healing process. But what you can see now is a slightly wider view. In the glass door behind me, I can see that we've got the 6 LED lamps hanging from the ceiling. You can actually see one straight from the ceiling back up there. And while I'm pointing this way, this is actually the microphone pop filter and the microphone. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move you slightly like that, so that there you can see the microphone on its boom, just so that you get a feel for where everything's positioned. Obviously I'm going to have to set up the workbench slightly differently. I think that's actually a little bit better there as it is now anyway. So yeah, here we are flapping away. I'm making a flapping video and I haven't actually done anything except retired a camera. God, I can talk about nothing for ages, can't I? Right, okay, so yeah, I'm just looking at the overhead and I've got nearly 10 minutes and what have I actually said apart from thank you guys? Nothing. So anyway, I'm going to cut this as a single video, try this out and see how it looks once I get it into the editing suite. Also, I've changed some of the settings on the recording processor so that it should sound better. I know my voice isn't sounding particularly good at the moment. It feels really awful, but again, healing process. I'm going to blame the surgery. I'll blame the surgery for everything. It's going to be wonderful, isn't it? Get in a bad mood. It's the surgery. Punch somebody in the face. It must have been the surgery. Yeah, it's going to work, isn't it? This is great. I'm looking forward to this. Right, okay. Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you all soon. And no doubt we're going to do a proper video with regards to the Heath kit very shortly. Very, very shortly, because that's what I've set all this lot up for. Back later. Bye for now.